All right. Good day, teachers. I want to thank you for creating time sacrificing your time to watch this video. And I promise that it will be a very educative one. So, firstly, I'm Oluwagbenga Isa. I'm popularly known as FehintolaJesu. And I'm going to be taking this session. So, our title for this particular class is Tools and Editing Techniques for Content Creation. Tools and editing techniques for content creation. But is it possible for us within how many minutes to know everything that is required to know about content creation, editing, and everything that has to do with content creation? Is it possible? Absolutely not. So that is why I have a subtitle here that says Introduction to Video and Graphics Editing Basics. So you're going to be learning the basics of video and graphics editing. And trust me, as long as you have the basics, all you need to do is be consistent with your practices. As long as you practice often and often with the basics that I'm going to be telling you today, you become a pro within a short period of time. Every graphic designer, every video editor started as a beginner. Every professional in every field started as a beginner. All they need is basic knowledge of what they choose to embark on. So with the basics I'm going to be giving you today, you'll be able to know so much about editing of your graphic designs and your videos as educational content creators. Because I want to believe that everyone watching this video, are tutors. This topic is designed for you. Once again, I'm Oluwagbenga Isa, FehintolaJesu. I'll start by telling us why content creation matters. Why content creation matters for teachers. Why, as a teacher, do you need content creation? Why? Why not just stick to your traditional practices? Why don't you just stick to using your marker, textbooks, your lesson, your regular materials, go to the classroom and teach your students the way they've been doing it for ages? Why should you include content creation? The first reason is because today's learners are digital natives. Your students belong to the digital world. They belong to the digital world. They are natives of the digital world. You're in class teaching them how to solve certain equations, teaching them certain topic. You're so passionate explaining that topic so that they get to understand what you're trying to teach them, right? But in the mind of that your student, what he or she is thinking of is how you will leave that class in probably next 15 or 20 minutes. Because there's a particular skit they were watching before you came in. They had to pause the skit just so they can listen to you. So they are so eager to go back to what they were watching. Sometimes your student was probably on TikTok live few minutes before the class. They had to pause it or stop or end the live just so you come in and teach them. So as you're teaching, the only thing on some of them's mind is how this woman will explain this thing on time, finish this class, and leave this class, so I can go back to TikTok to continue Pella's live video, to continue Purpose Speedy's dance video, or to continue watching Sabinu's. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So that is where they feel they belong to. That's why sometimes at home, parents are explaining certain things to them or telling them certain experience, and they're like, "Mama, that is not what we're saying." That's where they belong to. So that is why we should also take this educational information that we have acquired, that we are trying to pass on to them in the class. That is why we should also take it to the internet where they are, so that even after the class, as they are going online, they get to see it again. All right, so now, number 2 reason is because engaging content is equal to better understanding and retention. If your content is engaging, I said that the first time we met, about certain things that you can add to your videos so that it can be engaging, so that it can attract people. It's not just about wanting to teach, it's about wanting to get their attention too. So if you have an engaging content, it will help those that are watching that content to understand it better. There's some things you will just do at the beginning of that video, illustrations you give at the beginning of the video, that such person will understand what you're trying to teach immediately. And at the same time, we talked about retention. That is, such person will remember even after years that he or she learned certain thing in a particular video. And why is he or she remembering? It's because he or she probably saw some things in that video, or you used some illustrations, or you were even wearing a kind of clothes that made the person remember that particular topic. So you can decide. It depends on your personality. If you're the kind of person that likes comic things, you like being a clown. Some teachers wouldn't mind to dance in the class to make their students understand what they're teaching. So if you're on the internet, why not infuse that into your content? Probably do a song and dance certain things to it. Not everybody can do that though. But I'm just giving us examples of things that you can do. It might be your background that makes them remember, oh, that man that usually does this. Look at Brain Daughter. Brain Daughter is wearing his green clothes. And whenever we see someone else, even in fact, sometimes when you see someone else wearing green clothes, you're like, the person is dressed like Brain Daughter. Not because Brain Daughter owns the green dress, but because that is his brand. And whenever I watch his video, even after days, after months, I remember that video. I remember that video because I still have the picture of a guy wearing green clothes and dancing in one funny kind of dance. So engaging content gives your viewers better understanding of what you're teaching and makes them remember. So, and the third reason is that educational content needs to dominate the internet to suppress negativity and immorality among youths. That is, look at our internet. Every day, there is a guy and a lady on the internet playing games on TikTok live videos, and the guy gets to dare the lady to probably remove her clothes. These are things that they now do on the internet. These are the things that are dominating the internet. Things that are immoral, things that we are teaching, that you are teaching against in school. This is exactly what they are doing on the internet. So, which means in Ijebu, there are a certain number of schools, and at least in a school, there is at least 10 teachers, right? In Ijebu, there are at least 10 teachers in each school, and we have so many schools in Ijebu as well. Waterside, Ijebu Ife, Odugbolu, Remo, and Shagamu, everywhere like that. Go to Abeokuta. We have so many schools in Ogun State, and we have so many teachers in each school. Now, let about 70%, just 70%, not even 100 now, let about 70% of these teachers create content and put them out on the internet. Which means by the time I scroll, my FYP on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and I watch nonsense for about 2 minutes, I will see at least one educative content. I will see at least one thing that is positive from a particular teacher, which means at least in every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I am watching at least one educational video. Trust me, even if I try to escape from about 5 among 10, the remaining 5 will do me so much good. That is exactly why we need to create content as teachers. We need to prioritize content creation. We need to prioritize using the internet now. The generation we are trying to, the younger generation you are trying to build as teachers, that you are trying to train as teachers, they are not in your class. They are seated in your class, but their mind is somewhere else. So why not yet stay in that class and at the same time still go to that place that they have, which is the internet. Teach them in class during the day, and your content also is on the internet, such that when they leave the class, sometimes even in your class, if they are trying to press their phone under their table and they click on TikTok, by the time it opens TikTok, it brings you again. They'll be surprised. So, it might not happen just like that, but think about it. It is something that will do our society so much good. So, and that's why I want to appreciate Dr. Adewale for bringing up this initiative, this Transformation 2060, because it's really an initiative that will really transform the nation. And that will make me move on to the next page on my next slide here, which is common file format for graphics design. Common file format for graphics designs. Why do we need to talk about the file format? Why do we need to talk about file formats? Some of us have our phones, our laptop, and whatever device we're making use of for content creation. But what are challenges we face? I've seen so many people face several challenges over the years as a media person, and I've observed that adults especially have certain apps on their phone. They are really wanting to design things on their own. But by the time they get into those apps and they see certain instructions or certain options, they are confused as to which one to choose. Let's now even assume that such person tries to cross that bridge. Now you want to export the projects that you have edited, and it's asking you, what format do you want this thing to be? And you don't even know which format is best for what you have designed. You don't know why this is like this. Sometimes you even try to design certain things and it's telling you there are certain errors. Okay, this file is not supported. There are so many times you try to do certain things on your phone and it tells you this file is not supported. This is not this. And you don't know why. At the end of the day, you just abandon those things. But you have to now start looking for somebody that understands that language. It is still English language. The only thing we don't know are the basics that we need to know for graphics design and video editing. So that is what brings us to explaining common file formats. All right. Now, if you design a graphics design, or you edit a picture or anything, what are the first possible formats that those things will be? The first one here is JPEG. JPG is mostly written as JPG, but it is pronounced JPEG. JPEG is the standard format for pictures. When you go on internet and you try to download the picture and it saves on your phone, most times it is downloaded as JPG. But it is the standard format for graphic designs or pictures. The standard. Go to social media, download the picture, download the graphic design. Most times it will download as JPEG. That is one. Then number two is PNG. PNG is of higher quality. Higher than JPEG. It's of higher quality. You can save your pictures or your graphic designs in PNG. All right, but it has its own special purpose too. Aside from the fact that you can download your pictures or graphic design in PNG, it is also used for transparent designs. Let me give you an example. Let's use Ogun State logo as an example. Ogun State logo is round in shape, right? A green round design. But most times it comes with, when you see it, it comes with a background. There's always, the logo will definitely be on something. Most times a white background. If you search Ogun State logo on the internet, it will bring the round shape, but it will be on something as a background. Okay, so now if you want to design something, you cannot use the logo with the background and paste it on your design. No. Now you need to remove the round logo from its background. So the background is useless. Then you paste that logo as round as it is on your graphics so that it can be beautiful. Do you understand? Now in that case, when you remove the background, that round logo that you have that you want to save on your phone so as to paste on your design is going to be in PNG format, so that it will remain the way you want it to be without the background. Do you understand now? So it is a cutout. It does not have the extra background that you don't need, that you don't require. It's just the circle that you need. Your business logo might be rectangular or maybe triangular in shape, but originally when it was designed on a particular background. Now, if you want to put your logo on your clothes, or you want to put it on any other thing, you don't need the background. You just need the logo to be cut out from the background and pasted on the graphic design. So when you remove the background, that particular one that you've cut out of the background, which is your logo, should be saved in PNG. So that is another purpose of PNG. SVG is another format. And I'm not going to talk about SVG because it is for professional graphics designers and video editors, because there's a way it is calculated. They are for custom skills of designs. And we don't need that. We don't need that in this session. Then GIF are short animations or loops. Imagine these stickers that we send to one another on WhatsApp. I probably send you a message that is funny and you want to respond with a funny sticker. Then you see a video of somebody laughing, ha 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 ha, and that's all. It's just it's always 2 or 3 seconds video. Sometimes 1 second. Somebody just laughs, ha ha ha, and that's all. And you observe that it will be repeating. Same thing will be repeating. It might be a video of somebody clapping, or look at this New Year kind of message we used to send to one another. When it's a New Year, you send a video of the Happy New Year and fireworks. It comes up, vroom, and that's all. Just in 2 or 3 seconds. And most times it will be repeating. Same thing will be repeating. It is a video, right? But it is not a proper video, because a proper video will at least be about 4, 5 to 6 or more in duration. But a GIF is a video that is about 1, 2, or 3 seconds, and most times they become loops. They just repeat because it's not long enough to be a standard video. So we call it GIF. That's another format that your design can be in. So you can design something and you want it to be a GIF. You want it to be a video like just 2 or 3 seconds. That's GIF. That's another format. Then we have PDF. PDF is the popular one that we know for letters, most times official things. So there's certain kind of designs that you design and you know, okay, this one I want it to be in PDF, or it is probably demanded by whoever it is you're sending it to, that the design you're sending should be in PDF. So you just check the options while you're trying to download from your app. Choose PDF instead of PNG. So it will be inappropriate to send files that are supposed to be in PNG as PDF. At the same time, it will be inappropriate to send files that are supposed to be in PDF. You send them as JPEG. So these are things we need to know. Then I'll be moving on to common file formats for videos. Video. Oh, before video, let me quickly tell us about audio format. Yeah, let me tell us about audio format. Your audio should be in MP3. Let me assume that you want to create content and you don't want your face to show. All right? You just want to record it maybe on your phone or with your microphone, whatever device you're making use of. Let your audio be in MP3. In fact, sometimes you have your camera, your face is showing, but you have an external mic with which you're recording, and you have your recording separated from your video. So now you have to add your audio to the video so as to make the voice, clear and everything. Ensure that your audio is in MP3, because MP3 is the standard audio format. It is a universal audio format. Every audio player can play MP3. That is why you see these devices that we buy to play our audios. That's why they are called MP3 players. That's why they are called MP3 players, because they expect every audio to be at least in MP3. Now, it does not mean there are no other formats for audios. Your audio can also be in WAV. WAV is not a bad format. In fact, this is of higher quality. Do you understand? It is of higher quality. But unless the person you are sending it to demands that you send your audio in waves, there's no reason why you should send your audio in waves. Let it be in MP3. The reason why I'm saying that is because there are certain apps that the person will play it with on their phone that does not support some other, although it will support WAV. WAV is very, very close to MP3. But there are other audio formats for audios aside from these two. If your audio is in those formats and you don't convert them to MP3 before sending, you might send it to the person. It might be playing on your phone or your laptop, and you send it to somebody to help you use or something, or help you upload, or help you use on the radio. Who knows? You might be integrating your content creation from just internet to radio stations. And you send it to the radio station, or you send it to somebody to even listen to, or try to upload on certain websites, and it tells you the audio format is not supported. Why? Because that particular website or that particular app was not built to play that kind of format. But trust me, every app, audio app, we play MP3 and we play Wave. But I don't advise you to use Wave unless it was demanded for. Certain websites will tell you when you want to upload your audio, upload it in Wave. Because Wave format is of higher quality. But trust me, MP3 is okay. Unless it is demanded, like I said earlier. And that's also because when your audio is in Wave, because it's going to be of higher quality in Wave, it's going to be heavier and it will reflect in the size. Which means if what you recorded normally as MP3 is supposed to be 5 MB, if it's in Wave, in size it will be bigger. Same audio that was 5 MB as MP3 will now become like 25 to 30 MB as Wave, because Wave is of higher quality. Do you understand? So, and if you do that often and often, before you know it, your phone will start hanging, your laptop will start hanging. It will be affecting the storage of your phone. When you have one audio, maybe 1 minute audio as 25 MB, when you can just use MP3 and it will be smaller. If you have it as Wave and you have about hundreds of that kind of audio on your phone, trust me, something will be wrong with your phone. So that's that. You have other formats for audio. There is OPUS and so many other ones. Voice notes, if you do voice note on your phone or you record with certain sound recorder apps on your phone, most times they will not save as MP3 or save as Wave. If you send voice notes to a radio station to help you play, you want to play a jingle on a radio station, or you want to educate people as a teacher on radio stations, and you record that program with your phone through voice notes and you send it to them, they will reject it. And the reason why they reject it is not just because of how clear it will be, but because by the time they put it on their software to play, it will not play. Check the format of your audio before sending it to them. Most times, if you record with voice notes, it will be OPUS, it will not be MP3, it will not be Wave. And not every app will play OPUS. It will play on WhatsApp. That is what WhatsApp is designed to play, OPUS. Right? But if you now send to somebody for another purpose that is outside WhatsApp, or you try to download it on your phone and you want to upload it somewhere on Facebook or something, it will not play, because that is not the standard audio format that they're expecting you to upload. I don't know if you understand that. Okay, so what do? You convert from those formats to MP3 or Wave if they ask you to send Wave, but as MP3. Let me just put it there. Another reason why you need to know audio formats is because you want to edit your content, right? And you need apps on your phone to do it. If you record your audio with your sound recorder so that it can be clear and everything, or you record it with WhatsApp, you want to put it into your content, your video you have edited, or the text you have written or everything. By the time you import that your audio that you recorded with your sound recorder or your voice notes or via voice notes, and that is not in MP3 or Wave, I try to import it into your app, maybe CapCut, InShot, or whatever app you're using. It is very, very, very possible that such app rejects the audio. So you have to convert it first. So if you don't have this information, you'll be wondering why it is not taking your audio and it's taking other audios. So thank you so much. So I'll move on to video format. I really wish you're writing something right now, because these details are the type that you really need. And I want to advise that you save this video. Okay, so now moving on to video file formats that are common. That's why I specified common file formats for videos. There are so many formats for audio. There are so many formats for the graphics. So many formats for videos. But we're going to be discussing the common ones and the ones that concerns us as tutors. All right. So now, just like MP3 is the standard one for audio, MP4 is the standard one for videos. So every video is expected to be in MP4. So if I say send me so thing in MP4, it means I'm expecting you to send me a video. Do we understand that? So MP4 is the most popular or universal format for videos. Now, but that does not mean it is the only one, because we have MOV. Most times, this one I'm going to say is something that will have probably affected some of us. Most times, as content creators, we tend to go for iPhone. Yeah, we go for iPhones. We all believe that iPhone has good camera quality, and you agree with me. iPhones have good camera quality, and because of that, as content creators, you prefer to just buy an iPhone. If you do a video with iPhone camera, iPhone's basic camera, not Snapchat or external apps now, iPhone's inbuilt camera, the format of that video will mostly be MOV, not MP4. You play it on iPhone, it will play. You can send it to somebody to watch it, and they will watch it on their phone, it will play. So as long as it's playing, we don't have any issue. You won't have issue until you start editing that video, until you start editing your videos by yourself. Now you want to import your video into certain apps, and to tell you that it's not supported. Not all, certain apps, because not all apps, those apps were not built the same way, and they were not built to do the same thing. So you want to import it, and to tell you it's not supported, and you'll be surprised. And at the point you'll be frustrated, and you will end up abandoning the editing. Some of us will end up posting it like that, or not post it at all. If that happens often and often, you'll be tired of content creation. You'll be tired of posting your content. So what do? You just need to understand that, okay, this thing is not happening. Check the properties of the video. Then you see, okay, it is in MOV format. Convert it to. Just go online, search convert video to MP4. You see different. You make sure you write for free, because there's so many apps online. Websites online that will demand for money. Search convert video to MP4 for free. Then you see several websites where you just upload your video, it will convert it to MP4 for you, then you download it. Now try putting it into that software or app, and to take it immediately. Do you understand? Certain movies will not play on your phone, yeah, because they were uploaded in certain formats, and you are trying to play it with an app that does not support that format. Do we understand? So that we have MOV. MOV is also acceptable for a lot of apps, but not all. So in case you find yourself in that position, you don't have to bother. Just check the property of the video. If it's not in there before, then you know where the problem is come from. Now we have AVI2, we have MKV. They are older formats, and they are not. Most times, we don't get to have AVI or MKV. But just in case you have AVI video or MKV video, you should know what to do, and you should know where the problem is coming from. All right. Thank you so much. And that will bring us to the next slide. All right. So I'll use this thing you can see on the screen as an example. I'm about to export a particular video, and now I have to choose the resolution with which I want to export that video. I hope you understand. I selected 480p as the resolution, and if you see the estimated size at the base of that screen record, you see 46 MB. Yeah, you see 46 MB. If I decide to use 1080, it will tell me the estimated size for 1080, which is 230 MB. How about 4K? It means if I decide to export same video at 4K, it's going to be 506 MB. What if I decide to do it with 720p? It's going to be 207. So which means the higher the resolution, the bigger the size. Although the higher the resolution, the bigger the quality too. But as you're expecting a bigger quality, expect a bigger size. So the question now is, can your phone accommodate such big size for a video? If not, then you have to stick to 480 and 720. Before you export your video in 4K, think about it. Does it worth it? There's some kind of videos you don't even need to do that much for, and you'll still be educative. Do you understand? Look at a text-based video. A text-based video is a video that requires you just type in what you're trying to say. The audio might be going underneath, then they are reading the text on the screen. You don't need to do such video in 4K, because in the first place, we are in Nigeria. If you export your video in 4K and it's about 2 gig, just one video is about 2 gig, how do you upload that video to YouTube? How do you upload that video to the social media accounts you want to upload it to with Nigerian's network? Sometimes you want to upload just 200 MB video and it will take you hours to do. Sometimes you have to even drop your phone overnight to be able to do such things successfully. So you need to consider these things too. While you're considering the quality, you also have to consider the environment you're in. Now let's get into the practical part of this session. Firstly, I talked about removing background from your pictures, logo, or whatever kind of material you have. But I haven't talked about non-copyright materials, copyright-free materials, however you call it. Materials that you can use your video pictures, audios, video footages, and all that you use in your your content. They must be the type that will not put one into trouble. And how do you do that? There are certain places where you go to get your videos, get your audios, and get your pictures for your designs. If not, you might end up using somebody's picture in your graphics, and by the time you want to post it, or by the time you post it on your social media account, they bring it down because you do not have the right to use that picture, or right to use certain audio or music, or the right to use a particular video in your content. So that's why we have sites that provides copyright-free images, audios, and other materials. Now, where do you get that? Go to your web browser and type unsplash.com. Go to Google, type unsplash.com, or just Unsplash to show you a particular website. Another one is FreePic. Let me show you how to use Unsplash. Let's go to Unsplash, for example.